What's up, peeps?
Can you guys hear us all right? We're still working with technology over here.
It says they're telling our followers. Okay, well, hey, Steeplechase.
All
Hey,
right.
guys.
Thanks
What's
for joining.
up?
Hey, Banks. My peoples, yes.
That's what I'm talking about. Come on, people.
Another Thursday with the Bandits. We're going to be talking. We're going to be sipping and tasting.
Mm-hmm.
So come on in. Like the video. Hey. Drop the hearts. Let the people know that we are live. And, we're here to chat.
So nice to see you all again. I mean, the little things we take for granted. We didn't see you guys for a couple of lives. Now it's nice to see y'all
Yes,
actually
it's
interacting
great.
with us. Thank you.
It is great. It's great on this beautiful Thursday. And if you were able to catch us yesterday, we were on Anthro Living's page. We did a fun collaboration with Anthropology.
Mm-hmm. Check out our stories.
Yes.
We have it linked in our stories.
And we're going to share the video next week sometime. So you actually can see the mixology. We did a little shake-in. We had some beautiful clothing on.
Yes.
So shout out to the national and the local Anthropology team. They were awesome.
And hopefully, we'll be doing more with them. I'm putting it in the universe seasonally, ladies.
And we're still wearing our Anthro things. I got these glasses from Anthropology.
My necklace, my little ring.
Mm-hmm. Thank you, guys. We're going to be taking every opportunity to wear these beautiful gems that we have.
Mm-hmm.
That's right. And we are headed out to Vegas this upcoming Sunday, we leave.
Yeah, Sunday nights. We will be in Vegas for the nightclub and bar show. We have a class on Monday that we are doing together, and then some other things going on towards the end of the week. So we're very excited to be on the West Coast. If anybody's over there on that side and y'all are going to be there, hit your girls up. Hit us up.
For sure. We want to take full advantage of our time in Vegas, meet all of our industry friends and family. It's been so long since we've been to an industry event, a food and bev event.
Yep.
And it's our first time at nightclub and bar show at all. So very excited for that.
And we heard that, nightclub and bar has everything that you want for a bar, a restaurant, club. I mean, icewear, uniforms, shoes, all the things. So I know we're going to get a lot of inspiration when we go to Vegas.
Yeah, and the panels are awesome too. They're just as diverse as the type of entertainment there. So we'll have panels on POS systems, on marketing to different types of demographics.
How to start a business, how to start a bar. So, yeah.
A brand, a liquor company, all of that kind of stuff. So definitely looking forward to that. And since we're talking about travels, we're going to take back our travels last year before the shutdown.
Before the pandemic.
That's right. Mm-hmm. We had opportunity to go over to France. We were invited by the good folks who organize Vinexpo, which is a really big trade show for wine producers and sellers all over the world. So they actually host Vinexpo in Shanghai and Bordeaux.
Yeah, we were in Paris.
Yes.
And it's so funny that Johnny said big, because that's really underselling it. Yeah. It was like thousands of different wines. It was incredible. But what was so fun about last year, the years, they're all mixed up. But what was so great about last year, it was the first time they had spirits. Mm-hmm. So y'all know that we was back there in the back. It was like all the way in the back. We had to really go through mazes to try to find where the spirits were. But once we found it, they had the bartenders there. They had the spirits. The cocktails were flowing. It was aperitifs that I tried that I'd never had before. So wonderful experience, and can't wait till we can go to Shanghai for the next one. Yes. We're trying to be in Asia.
That's right.
So yeah.
And even in Bordeaux, like each session has something else that they're adding. Mm-hmm. Like Tanika said, this was the first year. Last year was the first time that they did the spirit section, but the wine section is incredibly impressive as well. First off, when you show up, it's hosted at the Paris Expo, which is a huge expo hall.
It's ridiculous.
It's like a city block. It's huge, the amount of space it takes up right in downtown Paris. So you don't expect it to be that big in a city that's that old, and the buildings are massive.
Yeah, and it was so cold.
It was cold. It was February.
My goodness, it was so cold. So just even standing in line trying to get our passes the first day was like, mind you, we had not slept.
Yeah.
We went straight from the plane to the hotel, stayed there for a couple hours, and then went right to the expo.
We did. And The opening to get into the entrance was really beautiful. They had all of these signs and like directing you towards what you're going to be sipping and who you're going to be meeting. And then the ladies who work the front desk are all in these beautiful like costumes. Like they almost look like stewardesses.
Like, y'all was about to say flight attendants.
Yeah, like flight
all
attendants.
look like flight attendants.
And they were just super helpful, even with the language barrier. They were super accommodating and just wanting us to be able to get inside and start tasting.
And we tasted a lot. But what I was so amazed about in France was that people were not drinking to get drunk. Like, I didn't see one drunk person at the expo, like the 3 days we were there. I did not see anyone like over served. So these people really do that over there in France.
And it's really easy to get overserved because when you walk into the hall, every different brand has their own booth. And when I say booth, I'm really understating this as well because they really set up what looks like a restaurant or like a tasting room. So
we took some pictures. We need to find some photos and stuff to post.
Yeah, once the blog goes live this afternoon, I'm going to have all those photos from the Vinexpo to show you guys what our experience was like. But each room had like a different table and chairs, a different bar set up, different wines available, even different glassware from table to table.
Yeah.
So there was so much thought that went into the look and creating like what you would experience if you were to go to their actual tap room at their distillery or winery.
Yeah, it was gorgeous.
It really was. You could sit down and have a seat, not in a folding chair, but like a really nice chair with a cushion on it. And the brand rep would sit there and talk to you. And we probably spent half the time just talking to people at one table and not even really sipping because we were like so intrigued by their story.
And
their
they were intrigued by our story too. Like, okay, so what are you guys doing here? And then we let them know. There's even like, was like a press room that was sponsored by Moet that was just, we had Moet mimosas in there every morning. It was just nice. So yeah.
Yeah, some of the bigger brands definitely made a big presence at Vinexpo, like the Italian Trade Commission. They had an entire like area of the stall where they had nothing but Italian producers, winemakers, aperitifs, and they really were showing up like this is what Italy has to offer. And it was good to see them.
And we knew that. We knew it was true because we actually did a trip with the Italian Trade Commission. So shout out to them.
It was good to see them out there. We hadn't seen them since we were at Tales the previous year. And they did a great job at Tales too, making their sessions like interactive. There's always a food component and a drink component that goes along with it. People in Italy do not skimp on the food. They do not.
And that's probably why people are not as inebriated as they are here because, I don't know, everything is skinny here, but the alcohol is not skinny. Like, we're drinking that alcohol up and not eating our food here. So we like to have food in every event that we have because we already know how that is.
It was. And speaking of food, the tickets for the Vinexpo are super cheap. We're talking like 10 euros to get into it, but none of the food is included. But what they did do was they allowed local Paris area restaurants to come in and set up their own restaurant within the expo hall. So again, it's giving you that experience of if you really went to the restaurant in their location inside the expo hall.
Yeah.
I thought that was so creative to allow the local producers and restaurant owners to come into the expo and really give people a dining experience, not just some food that they can have to like, hold them over.
Yeah. Yeah. I don't have anything bad to say about the expo. We've gone to a lot of different trade shows and like wine and food and drinking events, and it just ran really well as far as like even getting through, like signing up when we first got our lanyards and everything. It was smooth, and we had a lot of confusion, but it was just super smooth. And then just the energy, everybody was excited to be there. We learned a lot. They had a whole rosé room where we were just trying different rosés. It just was next level when you're talking about beverage production.
And also just presentation for an event. They had seminars going on in every hall.
They did.
That catered to whatever was the focus inside that hall. So they had wine, like regional wine halls and international wine halls that they focused on, those type of markets. And they also had a media lounge, which was super nice. Like you had a charging station where you could like power up your phone, your own restroom area where you could like sit down and really get comfortable. Then they had food and snacks coming out and drinks that we could go to a private bar who was just there to serve us in the media lounge, which was super cool.
Yeah, and we met some really cool like journalists from around the world in the media lounge. I'm actually still friends on Facebook with this woman I met from Switzerland who actually changed my phone up, and I still have the Swiss keyboard in my phone. I'm trying to like get that off of my phone now. But yeah, we met some really cool people and just learned a lot about just different cultures.
Shout out to Camille. We actually got to meet her, the lady who invited us out from Vinexpo's media team to partake in that. So it was really perfect timing for us to all be in there at the same time.
Yeah.
And to be able to link up like that. So thanks again for inviting us out. They went digital this year with Vinexpo. Hopefully in 2022 they'll be back having the event in person. Super awesome. But do not want to forget about the Be Spirit section. It was huge. They had a bar that ran the entire length of the hall.
Probably was like a football field.
It was super long. Each station had a different Paris area bartender. So they allowed local area bartenders to come and craft their own cocktails, be paired with a really big brand. So it was a great showcase of what bartenders are doing in Paris.
Yeah. Very cool stuff.
They were working with really fun products, like Coca-Cola had a station, and they got to activate some really fun bartenders on the ground. We got to taste spirits from Portugal, from all parts of Asia, from South America, some funky tequilas out of Austria. They're not out of Austria per se.
Some Austrians.
It was Austrian brand.
It's a brand, yeah. But they had some really cool tequilas too. I think that's when we tried the Volcan for the first time over there. And it was some pretty pricey tequila too. It wasn't that cheap stuff. But I think that the demand is growing over there. So we sat at the tequila booth for a little while. Y'all know.
We did.
We love tequila.
We engaged them. We were like, we know you guys are not making the tequila. You guys are in, Eastern Europe. So you're not able to produce these products. But they were really intrigued about the category. They were excited about tequila making a stance inside their market. Even in Paris, tequila is not like a widely consumed spirit. Really, I was surprised to see so much. Jack Daniels was really everywhere in Paris.
Jack Daniels is everywhere, period. Like, they were all up on the billboards. They were just a very, very big name over there. And Jack Daniels is very popular. Yeah. Yeah, the Tennessee whiskey is very popular over there.
That was surprising, but you never know. That's why we love going to these areas, meeting these people, and getting to see what really is happening on the ground. Because what people are consuming locally is always different from what they're being marketed to in that area.
Or what's being produced in that area. Yeah. That's so interesting.
So definitely, if you are into international trade shows and conferences, add Vinexpo to your list of conferences to go visit.
Look up, go look at past shows, and check out what they did virtually, because we have the access now to really just sit at home and see what these places offer before we even go.
And they've done a really good job with their digital platforms. A lot of different conferences have struggled with the platforms and technology, and we have too. We're all guilty of learning how this thing out, but they've done a really good job and working with the time zone, with so many different time zones in Shanghai and Paris, to be able to have it all working cohesively. Hats off to you guys for that.
What's up, Black Culinary? How are you?
Love to see you guys. Thanks for joining us. We want to see some of those hearts. And if you have any questions about whatever we have going on, about Vinexpo, about wines,
or any questions, ask the Bandits.
Drop it in the comment section, you guys. Now, of course, it's Thursday, so we have to get a little tasting in. And we have something super special to taste today with you guys.
We waited a whole year before we opened up our bottles.
That's right.
It's called Pineau. I'm going to try to see if I can make it work. Oh, y'all know how these lights are.
Yes. There you go. Pinot is spelled Pineau.
Yes.
Not Pinot that you think of like Noir or Grigio. It's different. And we got introduced to this product when we were actually in Cognac. Yes, when we did our live last week, we talked about our experience in Cognac and our experience with Cognac Pasquet, the family that hosted us. They introduced us to this product at dinner one night and changed
the game.
Yes, changed my mind, my thought process on wines and just sipping at dinner. Yes, Pinot.
Yeah, Pinot. So this is a fortified wine. That's what they call it. And it's actually made with grapes and cognac. So the cognac and the grape juice are actually they're steeping together in the barrels. And they create these lovely flavors now. It's super low ABV, so you're not going to get tips. I mean, you're going to feel good, but you're not going to get drunk.
Yes, so you either use the unfermented grapes or the grape must. and you add it to the Cognac eau de vivre, and you let that sit in barrels. Usually, it's aged for 18 months, and with 8 of those months being inside an oak barrel. So that's how you really get to impart those Cognac flavors into the Pinot, by having it rest inside those oak barrels. Now, typically, the Pinot is going to be between 16% and 22% ABV, depending on the house that's making it, and also the style. So we have a white Pinot and a red Pinot here.
And these are 18%.
So see there, it's in between that range. And then when you think about Pinot, think about like sherries, in the sense that it's fortified and they're adding some spices to it. In the sherry sense, they're adding spices, but what's happening with the Pinot is they're adding that grape juice and then allowing it to age. So that's what makes it super special. And every Cognac house pretty much makes a Pinot. Whether or not they sell it or not is something different, but it's usually something that the makers keep for themselves to enjoy. And that's how it got introduced to us. Jean and Amy, they were almost kind of like, I don't know if we really want to, produce it and sell it, if we want to give this to you guys a try. And we were like, oh my God, my life has changed. It's so good. And we would drink this, and we would drink Cognac, and we would drink whiskey, because Jean was trying out all these bourbons that he had. And it was just a really, really fun time, something that you don't expect, and just really, people have never really heard of this.
And Amy's mom lives with them and helps with the children. And Amy's mom loves this. Amy is the wife of was Jean-Luc Pasquet, and she drank this every night. Like, it was like her, turned down beverage. So we tried it. We loved it. They actually had it in our little space that we were living in the week when we were there. And we were like, wow, we never knew that you can still enjoy Cognac, but on a different level.
That's right. There's multiple levels to it. And Pinot de Charentes. Charentes is the area of where it comes from. Charentes is a smaller area outside of Cognac, outside of the Airieville area where Cognac Pasquet is located. So it's also a tribute to where Jean-Luc and his family comes from, and just their traditions there in Charentes.
And it's not even popular there. Like, they're like, whatever with the Pinots.
Right,
they're
like about it.
Pinot. I'm like, we don't even have this in Charleston. We're seeing some places carry the Pinot now, some more upscale restaurants, but the awareness is still very minimal.
So we're gonna start with this white Pinot. And usually, I am a white wine drinker, and Tanika is a red wine drinker. But in this case, I think it's flip-flopped to where she enjoyed this white over the red.
Yeah, I think it was like a little less sweet.
Yes. Oh, but you can smell that Cognac, like, it'll give you more, like, Cognac flavor than you actually will taste when you sip on it.
More aroma.
Yes. Beautiful color.
Nice straw-like.
But deeper, like more what you would think with a Cognac, right? It's deeper than a regular white wine would be. It's more color than that.
It smells the grape juice smells great too.
It's so good.
So good. This just reminds me of being in Cognac again. Like, it just took me right back. Because we literally drank this with dinner every night.
It is sweet in a jammy sort of way, but not in a, Concord grapes are super sweet. These grapes are not to that level of sugar, but you get like a fruity essence to it.
And the Cognac.
Yes.
It's definitely like the Cognac is the aftertaste for sure. I love it.
If you have this side by side next to a Chardonnay, you get a lot of butter and dry from the Chardonnay. This would be the opposite of that. This is sweet, this is juicy, this is jammy.
It's very juicy. And we drank it with soda water.
Yeah,
we mixed it with soda water and just drank it like that. Especially when we were drinking so much cognacs as well. This was kind of like an in-between drink.
Yeah.
Between our different sips of the beautiful cognac spirit.
This is something, if you have someone in your life who loves wines, who loves white wines, I doubt that they've ever had Pinot de Charentes. This will be a great gift for them, for their birthday or for the holiday, or if you're going to visit them this summer for a little holiday vacation, bring them something special that you guys can enjoy and make a memory with them.
And one thing about France is they're going to have an appellation on their stuff. Like, you have to be in a certain area to make this in that one small area. So a lot of other houses make something like this, but they can't call it the Pinot de Charentes. So that's a cool little fact as well.
It is cool. I love when people are protective of their ish, okay? They will regulate it. People in France, they regulated champagne, they regulated cognac. They have no problem putting some standards on their categories, and I appreciate that.
Yeah, it's worth it, especially when you have, copycatters out there or people that say it's a certain thing, but it's really not made that way. Mm-hmm. This is why you have to do that, because people will mess up your name.
They will.
They will mess up your name.
They will sully it. And this has such a great story. Like, all the great products are made by happenstance. Mm-hmm. So back in 1589, y'all, this is how long they have been making cognac in France.
I mean, we told y'all we had some cognac from 1700s.
We did. So this maker was in the process of barreling wines and barreling, like as we said, you have to get the wine juice and you age it, and that's how you make the cognac, right? So he thought the barrel was empty, so he just tossed grape juice in it, and then it got put inside the barrel room with the cognacs that he was aging. When he came back to check it, he realized that there was actual cognac inside that barrel. Tried it and was like, this is
it's pretty good.
This is all right. And that's how they created Pinot de Charentes.
And it's a good way to preserve your juice too, or just use everything, because they're able to use that juice that they're not using for the actual making of the cognac, and then they are also using the cognac or the actual ODV that's not being used to be produced in cognac, and they're recycling it and reusing it and making it a great, delicious beverage.
Here's being resourceful
and sustainable.
That's right. Oh, first, look at the color difference. Right? Ruby, it's red. It's still not as deep as you would think with a red wine. Like, for red wines are not going to be as translucent as we're seeing here. They're going to be darker, but it's definitely giving you those vibes.
Yeah, I like the red too. I like both of them, but I was requesting more of the white when I was there.
You're going to get plum, you're going to get currant, you're going to get raisin from the red Pinot.
Prune.
Yes, prunes.
Stone, like a lot of stone fruit.
Like baked fruit.
It's so good. 18%.
It's lovely. Like, honestly, if you don't like red wines because they come off as bitter or too tannic for you, this is a great alternative if you don't want to, just be drinking white wine all night.
And if you like your wines on the sweeter side as well, because these are sweeter. It's not as sweet as like a Grand Marnier with the cognac and whiskey and the orange essence, or a Moscato, but you're definitely going to get some sweet from the Pinots. So people who don't like so much sweet, like I said, I diluted mine with soda water. You can add a little bit of lime in it. Yeah. Hello. You can add some lime in it and do your own little like low ABV cocktail. It's just all about your preference. Spritz, right. You can spritz it up.
Ooh, with a little champagne and add some bubbles to it. That'd be super good.
And it wouldn't be like getting you too drunk because it's already low ABV. You just add another low ABV product together.
It's definitely giving me also like a white Zinfandel vibe a little bit.
Yeah.
But more rich than a white Zinfandel.
More body, for sure.
More body to it. White Zinfandel gets a bad rap out here in these streets as being like something that the uncultured drink, but it's good. Depending on what brand you imbibe, you can have some really, really good white Zinfandels out there.
Well, there's just more nuance to the Pinots. You can taste the cognac essence. You know that it's been in a barrel. It's like fruity, but you're also getting a little bit of a punch at the end too. It's nice. Highly recommend it. If you want to learn more about Pinot, follow Miss Frankie Marshall on social media. She is a ambassador for Pinot de Charentes. She has been making cocktails and sipping and serving Pinot for years. And she's a African-American woman that's doing her thing. She's amazing. She's like one of those pioneers in the food and bev industry. So shout out to Miss Frankie. She's an OG. Much respect to her. Much respect to the Cognac Pasquet family. Y'all are making an amazing product. Well, all these products are great.
your Cognac, your Pinot, your sodas, your tonics, all that good stuff. Keep on making them. Hopefully you guys can send us a care package here soon. Because we're out. We held on to this for so long, y'all. For this very moment. And
it's going to get drank today.
Oh, all this is going to go.
Cannot waste this. Cannot waste the good juice.
Cannot waste it. Cannot replace it very easily. So we're going to enjoy this. We're going to enjoy it with our team. And we also had... Amy is so awesome. Amy would bake us dinner every night, or we would go to restaurants, but we always had like a cheese course. And she would bring us all these different types of pâtés along with different cheeses.
Never had pâté until that experiance. Never.
And that's saying a lot for this girl, because she don't be trying things that look funny.
Or mushy. Just a little weirded out about that.
So she got us this Pinot that has been infused, this pâté that's been infused with Pinot. And we would enjoy this at night.
It's the red Pinot as well, as you can see the color.
Mm-hmm. And we got this from that crazy grocery store that we told y'all about last week that was huge. I had everything in it.
Yes. I've never been to a grocery store like that. You got to take that piece of paper?
Let's see here, you guys. So yeah,
it's the nails for me.
It's definitely a year old, but it's still fresh. It's still good. And if you're not familiar with pâté, it is just a mixture of like innards and meats.
You see my face, right?
All the good parts that people sometimes throw away and don't really get into, the liver and all that good parts of the animal. But full of protein, full of flavor, okay? So we would have these different pâtés. We would have cheese. And then she also would make like these other little like baked goods that had like cheese bits on them, like French stuff.
She made a bunch of French things. And it was great. Them organ meats.
Yes. That. And then we would have,
yes.
we're having crackers today, but she would serve us with baguettes, obviously, in France.
So much bread and cheese. Like, I had to politely decline. the cheese at one point. I was like, okay, y'all. The cheese.
Not me. I was looking forward to it because we would have a like appetizer course, and then the meal, the cheese course, and then a dessert. So it would be like literally 2.5 hours of dinner.
Eating, yes.
and
I'm talking about that's all day. When we went to lunch with friends, it was the same thing. Like, it was 2-hour lunches. Even when they took off from work in France, it was a 2-hour lunch break.
Right.
Like, that's how long they sit down and chill and they eat their food in peace. We need to adopt some of those practices that we learned in Italy. Not Italy, France.
Italy is very similar though.
Yeah. And even Mexico. Like, Mexico, they want their salutations and they want to know how you're doing, how the family is, and all of that first before they start working. So we need to get some of those cultures and bring that to the States. Everything is about work. Where you at? What's next? It's just too much.
You see, she hasn't gotten into that pâté, right?
And haven't.
It is
the
good.
Morgan meats.
It is so good. I'm telling you, you definitely
When in Cognac, yes. I eat all the things when I'm there. When I come back home,
it's so
back
rich.
to the basics. It's back to the basics.
It's so rich. It's so decadent. And it's a good pairing with the Pinot because it's so savory and the Pinot is sweet. It gives you like a good in-between on those like flavors.
Fine.
It's so good.
Don't say nothing.
You guys, try something different is the whole thing that we're saying here today. Try Pinot if you haven't heard of it yet. Try some pâté if you're like grossed out about it when you see it in the store. It's decadent. It's delicious.
I'm going to be real. It reminds me.
What? What remind you of me?
Bologna.
No.
Bologna.
I can feel that in the fact that it's processed meat, and it can give you like the bologna smell vibes. You know that rind bologna where you peel that red little strip off the side.
The one that you fried up when you was a child.
That
Yes.
made that little bowl.
Yes.
I can see the pâté giving you that semblance of flavor for sure.
Or, spammy.
It is a little spammy. Elevated spam.
Elevated spam. Pinot spam.
That's right, French spam. And it's not in a tin can, so that's, it's in glass. So that's more fancy when it's in glass, right?
It's just something about the mush meats for me.
I love it. There's a time and a place for everything, you guys. With this, on a charcuterie plate with some cheeses and some meats.
This is spot on, baby. Yes.
And like some gherkins and some olives. It would be a great addition to your classic charcuterie board, mise en place plate, or whatever you got going on.
You hear it, right?
I do speak a little bit of French sometimes. When I'm drinking French Pinot.
We're drinking real French today. We're drinking real French. Matter of fact.
Please top me off. It's delicious, you guys. We hope that you have enjoyed this. We're going to try to bring you some type of international flavor once a month because
we be out here.
We be out here. And we want you guys to drink internationally, to have culture through cocktails.
Cultured sips.
That's right, cultured sips. To travel through your glass, to be able to imbibe the culture. Cheers.
Yes. I know, Kiva. I know you right over there kikiing. I know you are.
As per usual, we have a giveaway for these sessions because we want to keep the Gentle Lady Sips going. This week, we're giving away this book called Beyond Grapes. Mm-hmm. And it is right on brand with the Pinot, being that it's made from grapes. So this is going to give you a history and a backstory on some of your favorite wines, the process and how they're made. I mean, he's talking about zucchini wine, onion wine.
Yeah, it's everything but grape wine.
Date wine, grapefruit wine. Maybe there's something, maybe your favorite fruit you didn't even know that could be made into a wine. And now you can do that. This book was written by...
Where we at? Yaakov Murad.
All right.
Yeah, Yaakov.
Yaakov is in Israel. So he is a longtime wine lover. His family had a small plot of land that they started their winery with. Super inspired by that. So yes, check out Murad Winery. And I think our team has been scouring the comments and looking at all the hearts you guys have been giving us. Thank you so much for the love. And we've decided who is going to get this lovely book to add to their bar in their recipe collection.
Yeah.
Drum roll. Oh.
It's going to be from the Little Tea Farm.
Hey!
You are a winner.
This is coming your way. A copy of this book. And we're authors of our book, Holy Spirits, Chelsea's Culture Through Cocktails. We'll give you guys a little visual here.
Because why not?
Yes. Look at that. If you don't already have it, it's available on Amazon.
Never gets old.
Barnes & Nobles, Books A Million, and all the local bookstores here in Charleston. Get you a copy of History. We are the first Black women to write a book of cocktails and cocktail histories. So thank you for the hand clap. Let's get some hearts for that too, y'all. Let's get some hearts in the comment section behind us making history here from Charleston. So we definitely want to support other writers.
And I done got a little warm off this Pinot, y'all. Yes.
So look out for that from the Little Tea Farm. Thank you so much for the love. Thank you for everyone who is in our comment sections right now, showing us hearts and love. We appreciate y'all in ways you cannot understand.
Immensely. It's been real hard out here in these Instagram streets. We are so happy to see y'all. We are so happy and pleased that you guys are here today.
Yes, as we said, we're going to be in Vegas next week. So check into our Instagram stories. We're going to be showcasing all of our experiences in Vegas, not just the conference, but just whatever we're doing out there.
We might go live.
We
might go live up in Vegas. Yeah, I don't know. Like early in the day, because at night, ain't no telling what's going to happen in the evening. Yeah. But
we may make a little trip to LA and, see what's going on out there for a couple of days. You never know with the Vegas.
Sky's the limit. Sky's the limit.
So definitely follow on IG next week. See our adventures out on the West Coast. And we'll be back the following week for another tasting, you guys, unboxing. We're going to have so many things that's been sent to us in the mail and telling you about our experience in Vegas firsthand.
And again, questions, comments, concerns, y'all send us a DM, hit us up. We want to be more interactive with you guys. We love that live allows us to be able to talk to y'all in real time. So let's utilize that. Let's see how we can be better for you.
And again, if there's any books we should know about, products, people, brands, DM us, email us, info@cocktailbandits.com. Go to the website, see where we're going to be and see what we're going to be doing. and keep the drinks going.
And enjoy y'all Thirsty Thursday. Tag us with y'all's beverages. What are y'all drinking today?
Yeah.
What y'all sipping on?
Yeah.
We sipping on Pineau.
That's right, y'all. Cheers.
Cheers.
It's so good.